said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will go to work first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Cherry. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Buckeyes are on the move. Looking to throw. Working that left side now. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Is every day becoming flag day for this offense? 1st and 25 now. He's looking to throw. Flips it out to the back. At the 45 on his way. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Shoots it to the left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. The give. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
From the 3-yard line, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If there's a little...
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Notre Dame's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David. And it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
To throw, it's Cherry. Makes the grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one.
He gets it in! Touchdown, Buckeyes! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Ole Miss is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that looks like it did when Archie and Eli were here. They're up by 21 over Georgia. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They largely dominated this 1st quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Might as well give it to him again. Hard running there. And runs through another guy. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Off play action on 1st down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Quick release on the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the lone running back. He has the first and still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
He leaves it with his back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Scanning the field, it's Cherry. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Knocks it out of the air. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish back on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, that's a great job on the blitz, getting the sack. He's showing you his speed right there. And with that play, he's making some of the great Golden Domer linebackers of old proud. Guys like Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith. How about Michael Stonebreaker?
Breaks into the open. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took him to the house, but they got him at the 24.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Looking downfield, it's Cherry. Wide out, trying to get it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Ole Miss is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about round the Grove for a long time. They're up by 28 over Georgia. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
How about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. The short hands, it's Paul. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Got it in the middle. It's Blade. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
At the 47-yard line. First down for the offense.
Wants to throw again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Paul.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Under fire. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Finds his man. It's Gilbert. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Blade. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Catch in the middle. It's Blade. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on first and 10. Trying to move them on the counter. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. the Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
They really can.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Flying down the left side. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. At this point, the way things have gone in this one, they're probably not surprised. You make a play and they wipe it out on the penalty. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. On the move at the 30. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Slade. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you could be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a man, it's Cherry. A little release to the back. There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stops at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Wants to go up top. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Not a chance. Missed it. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved a lot.
Oh, he's got some space. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
A 1st and 10 for this offense. Grab behind the line. It's played. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll line up for a second down play. Makes the grab. It's Larson. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this off...
And the ball is free on the pitch. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. The Irish send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger. Yeah,
and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Looking downfield, it's Cherry. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. Caught behind the line. It's Gilbert. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here come the Irish back on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gilbert. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Larson. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe...
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. To the air on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Spins away from the defender. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And this offense, man, they just can't get out of their own way. Like, they've got a 0 on the scoreboard. Now turning the football over late in the game. When you're down, they've got to find a way to make something good happen on that side of the football.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll give it to the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The run to the left. Got the first down and more. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Give to the running back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Takes the easy completion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field.
Here we go.
They'll go to the ground. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And he missed it. No good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
First down for the offense.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. Catch in the middle. It's Gilbert. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running